Hello and welcome back to the TBC. Now, there are cars that are fast, cars that are expensive, and then there are cars that become utter legends. This is, of course, the Volkswagen Golf GTI Mk2 8-valve. Now, on paper, it doesn't sound particularly exciting, just over 100 horsepower and a top speed that most modern electric cars could probably achieve while towing a caravan, and enough technology to fit inside your toaster. But here's the funny thing, nearly 40 years after it rolled off the production line, people still stop, stare and smile. So today, we are going to find out why. I'm going to take you on a full tour of this absolutely iconic hot hatchback. We'll have a proper look around it and see what makes it special, and then we'll take it out on the road and ask the big question. Is the humble 8-valve GTI still one of the greatest driver's cars? Well, let's find out. First impressions is just how amazing, how clean the design still looks today. No fake air vents, no oversized grills trying to inhale small children, no aggressive styling for the sake of it. Everything here has a purpose. The red stripe across the front has become one of the most recognizable details in motoring history. Nowadays, manufacturers need illuminated badges, animated light bars, and enough LEDs to guide aircraft into Heathrow. Volkswagen just painted a red line and said, job done. Now for me, this is where the Mk2 really shines. The unmistakable silhouette. Look how perfectly proportioned it is. Straight lines, slim pillars, lots of glass, and enough wheel arch to remind you that it is something special. These classic GTI alloys really suit the car perfectly. So there's no enormous 20-inch wheels wrapped in elastic band tyres, just sensible wheels with enough sidewall to survive Britain's potholes without you requiring a second mortgage. Look how tiny this thing is. This used to be a family hatchback. Today it probably qualifies hand luggage on EasyJet. Park it next to a modern hatchback and it'll look like its child, or maybe its emotional support car. And because it's from the early 90s, you can actually see out of it. Remember visibility? Most manufacturers these days don't. Modern cars have windows like medieval castles. You'll spend 40 grand on a new car and you'll still have to guess where the kerb is. And round the back is just as simple. Small spoiler, classic GTI badging, large glass hatch. Nothing here is trying too hard because it doesn't need to. Under the bonnet sits the famous 1.8 litre 8-valve engine, around 112 horsepower, which doesn't sound much today. But remember, this car weighs less than a ton. And anyway, it's not about outright speed. It's about involvement. It's about wringing every last rev out of it, making the most of every gear and coming away with a smile on your face. Open the door and you're instantly transported back in time to when a car was designed around the driver rather than some crazy touchscreen in the centre. And these seats are probably one of the most iconic ever fitted to a hot hatch. You've got simple analog dials, physical switches, and a steering wheel that's actually connected to the front wheels. What a novel idea. The visibility, as we mentioned earlier, is incredible. You can see all around the car without relying on cameras or a sensor or even a computer shouting obstacle detected every time you reverse near a hedge. So that's our first look around the Mk2 Golf GTI, and it's easy to see why they become modern classics. Simple, lightweight, beautifully engineered and packed full of character. But looking good parked up is only half the story. The real magic happens once you get behind the wheel. So let's go and see if this legend still deserves all the praise it gets. Back in the day, this was the hot hatch to have, probably the grandfather of hot hatches, but don't mistake old age for retirement because this drives fantastic. So the Golf GTI 8 valves, it's proof that you don't need 500 horsepower, launch control, and an exhaust that sounds like the Battle of Britain to enjoy the drive. This really does take me back. Straight away you notice the engine, 112 horsepower is crap compared to today. But here's the thing, every one of those horsepowers has a proper job to do. Taking corners is where this car really comes alive. There's no complicated driving modes, no adaptive suspension, no computers trying to second guess what you're going to do. It's just you, the steering wheel, the pedals, and a chassis that genuinely wants to play. The steering isn't razor sharp by today's standards, but it talks to you. You feel every bump, every camber, every bit of grip you feel through your fingertips. Modern cars send emails. This sends a handwritten letter. Keep the revs up and it rewards you. It's not brutally fast, far from it. It's all about momentum here. You end up chasing corners rather than speed limits, which in all fairness is far, far more satisfying. Great. What's really impressive, how light the car is. Everything feels delicate, all the controls feel delicate. The gear change has got a lovely mechanical click to it, and the car weighs about as much as your weekly shop, so you can really chuck it into the corners. Great fun, really is. In a world where cars are becoming faster, heavier, and increasingly disconnected, this beautiful little Golf GTI feels refreshingly human. Fantastic. The best bit is dropping it down a gear, approaching a nice tight bend, chucking it in, and feeling everything through the steering wheel. Brilliant. Of course, it won't be as a modern car, the traffic lights, but that's completely missing the point. This car is all about character. Every drive is an event, even if you're just popping down the shops for a pint of milk. Fantastic. It's got a lovely little howl to the exhaust. Oh, do you know, it's a lot quicker than I imagined it to be honest. You can wring every last one of those 112 horsepower out of the car without having to ring your solicitor. It's just wonderfully engaging, wonderful to drive. It's got a wonderful exhaust note. It is wonderful. I'm on a beautiful, tight, narrow country lane, and every bend, every gear change, every turn is just making me fall in love with the car even more. It's far better than I thought it was going to be. So does the Golf GTI 8-valve deserve its legendary status? Well, after this half an hour or so of driving, all I can say is yes, it absolutely does. Yeah, it's not the fastest, as we've said, but it's a classic car, and where it wins is it feels connected to the road. You feel connected to the car. You want to take every bend. You want to change gear all the time because it's so mechanical and so visceral, and I absolutely love it. So what's the verdict? The Mark II Golf GTI isn't the fastest and it isn't the fanciest, and compared to modern hatches, it's about as high-tech as a kettle. But here's the problem, after half an hour behind the wheel, you stop caring, because this little Golf isn't just about getting you from A to B. It reminds you why you fell in love with driving in the first place. It's proof that horsepower fades, gadgets date, but character never goes out of fashion. If you own one, never sell it. And if you sold one, you're probably still annoyed about it. Obviously, thanks for watching. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got absolutely nowhere to go. I can't wait to get there.
You have been watching the fabulous Tim Bush channel.